Hello there, this is Rom coming back at you with yet another smartphone couch video. Yeah, you are only select if women are trying to give you some Nani. Look, I ain't want to say the other word because the people, YouTube be acting kind of funny with that word on here. But some booty, some sex. Because a few weeks ago, somebody commented that they were select on paper, but they were a virgin. I'm like, you not selected. Because if you select, trust me, the way women are out here, some woman's gonna make sure you get some. If you are select, you getting sex. That whole select, non-select paradigm is a sexual paradigm. I don't care how good you look or you think you look, how tall you are, whatever you got. It's something, if you ain't getting the Nani thrown at you by women, or as one dude said one time, having the poo handed to you, you're not select. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Don't be one of these dudes like, well, I only been with a woman, or I'm select, but these women ain't paying attention to me. If they select, trust me, women, they throwing it at you. They putting themselves in your path. Some women, they gonna be aggressive enough. They gonna just try to hand it to you. They gonna look at you and say what this woman said to me way back in the day. Hey, Rob, I'm gonna take your pants down. That's how you know you select. The women are selecting you for sex. Because remember what I've said one time. Women always looking at you sexually, even if sex don't even come into the picture. They always looking at you. They might be interviewing for you for a job. Happily married, interviewing for you for a job, and she's looking at you sexually. She might be ringing your stuff up at the grocery store. She's still looking at you sexually. If you select, you ain't gonna be a virgin. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You ain't gonna reach your 20s and be a virgin and select. Ain't no such thing as being select on paper. No such thing. You either getting it or you not. If you're not getting it, you non-select. Now, this ain't saying you can't become select. Let me be clear. And let me be clear with that, because you get some guys, they've come on and said, well, I'm non-select. No, if anybody who has read my book, Nice Guys and Players, they will see, I tell you how to become select, because most men have to get to that point. Very, 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 very few men are just going to be born select. They just going to be born with the combination of physicality and personality, where they going to have that from childhood. In fact, I've talked with some guys who are definitely select. They know. In fact, one was showing me some pictures. He said, yeah, I was Joe Nerd back then. And I had women talking about him. Shoot, even if you trying to be Mr. Monogamous, there's going to be some women. There's going to be some women looking at you if you select, talking about, yeah, he can get it. Trust me. Trust me. And anybody who knows women, I don't care. Yeah, I know there's plenty of guys out here say you got to approach him. But even those are going to be the women giving you choosing signals. Or, as I always say, those are going to be the women who put themselves in position for you to approach. But they've been checking you out for weeks. Those are the select men. See, it's too many guys out here thinking it's just some stuff. They don't understand that. Look, if you ain't getting some women trying to give you some at the very least, you ain't select. I don't care what you think you look like. I don't care how tall you think you are. Because look, you can look good, but shoot, your mama and your sister say you look good. What that mean? Your nana say you look good. What that mean? What that mean? Because what I've said before, I've known some dudes who women said look good were still virgins. They weren't select. That don't mean that don't mean anything. Being select is more about an attitude, how you carrying yourself, your presence. Your presence. It's about a whole bunch of other things. See, you get some guys thinking, well, I look good, but the women, they ain't looking at it. In fact, what I've said before, I've said several times. There's a difference between a man looking good and a man that a woman wants to fuck. Shoot. In fact, it might be something about that man. They shoot. They be taking their panties off, talking about I won't be needing these. That man is select. Who can fuck? Okay, it's just that simple. Now, if you looking, you might be handsome or whatever, but you looking innocent or something like that, looking like you ain't doing something in the bedroom, looking too clean cut. Nah, the woman ain't gonna want to mess with you. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Now, which guys say, here's the problem. Guys listening to all these other guys. I'm the only dude who really talking about select and non-select on here. And if anybody getting that from me, that's my paradigm. Now, if you want to throw in some other paradigm, okay, fine. But if your ass a virgin, you ain't getting none. They ain't working for your ass either. Seriously. I mean, look, here's the thing. If you want to be that type of man who women, they want to get naked for. And they looking at a whole, as I always say, they looking at a whole bunch of stuff. It ain't just your looks or even your height, how you dress, how you move, how you carry yourself. They listening to your speech intonation, how you smell. Women look at your shoes. Let me say that again. Your shoes. They looking at a whole bunch of stuff, trying to figure out what they going to do with you. All right? That's why a lot of guys are frustrated. Well, I'm this and I'm that. You know, I've even heard some guys talking about, well, I got this going on, I got that. Okay, but you're not turning that woman on. And then, even then, it depends on what the woman like. You can think you all that, but you might not be all that to the woman. Hell, you might not even be handsome to the woman. This, contrary to popular belief, there ain't no such thing as objective. Every woman's gonna like something. In fact, there's a woman I know right now, she will call different men handsome, and you looking at them, they don't look like they'll be some fashion model, but it just depends. It depends on the woman's taste, what she likes. Some women like a rough looking man. Some women like a big old dude. Some women like maybe a muscular dude or maybe a cut dude, slim dude. Some women ain't even tripping over height. Because you got all these women talking about they want some guy 6 feet, but getting tore up by some guy who 5'8". Whatever the case, you don't know. See, it's purely sexual. And see, a guy who can be like that select guy, that guy at the top of the pyramid, he might not look like that to other guys, but you know what? He don't need to look like that to other men any damn way. Just depends on the group of women who want to like be taking their panties off, like I said earlier, saying, oh, I won't be needing these. It's going to be different for different women, all right? That's the thing. That is the thing. That's the most important thing. That's the thing that you got to think about, all right? It is what it is, yo. It is what it is, all right? So anyway, it ain't too much today. And, you know, I'm doing this today. I got to take my car in, so, you know, it ain't going to be a car video. And there's a bunch of other stuff going on. Remember, I got a life outside of this. There's a whole bunch of stuff I got to deal with today, all right? So anyway, y'all know the deal. Y'all know the deal. Just go on, keep working on yourself and all of that. And I'll get back with y'all another time. All right. Peace and blessings.